Hi everyone, it's BDevine and welcome to Divine Miracles channel and for the guidance for the month of December. And this month we are working with the angel Haniel as our overseeing angel for the month. And she also is one of the angels that oversees the star sign Capricorn, which of course is an earth sign as well. So we're working with a lot of different energies this month, and there's been a lot of build up to everyone saying they're sick of 2015. They can't wait for the new year to begin. And you know, I have to admit, I can't wait for a new year to start after all of the different events and feelings and situations and things of this year for each one of us. You know, we've all had our own different sort of trials and all kinds of things happening for each one of us. So I hope that by listening to this video today, it sort of gives you a little bit of inspiration and sort of helps you feel at ease as well. And what I usually like to do, if you haven't watched one of my videos before or know what this guidance video is about, I usually like to go through the different key points for the month, talking a little bit about the angel of the month, and also going over the messages for each of the elements, so the earth, star signs, fire, air and water signs, and I do give a little bit of a message about that as well. And because we are working with the Archangel Haniel for the month of December, I also include a channeled message from Haniel for all of us. And of course, there's a lot of talking in between. So thank you very much for joining me, and I hope that you will enjoy the messages that come through. So I've got my little notebook, just so I don't lose my spot. And as I said, we're working with the angel of December, which is Haniel, and Haniel is known as the protector. So another angel that's working sort of with the energy of Archangel Michael. She's a protector of the home, she's a protector of you personally, and well, I'm thinking Haniel is a female, you know, and can also help work with us on a soul level, where, you know, working with our heart space and definitely the heart chakra as well. Because a lot of people might not realize it, but the heart center or the heart space is the seat of the soul. It's where, because we are a soul with a physical body, so this is like the central place of us as a soul, and we can connect with our loved ones and our guides and our angels from that space. And again, sorry about my camera, it's doing some funny things, but again, you know, if we start to learn to connect in that area and really feel the energy in that area, then we can connect more with our loved ones and our guides and our angels, and also help us to release ourselves from all of these negative emotions that have been coming up at times in our life. You know, everybody has been going through different situations, but one thing is for sure, there's at least one energy, or there's at least one emotion that we hold within ourselves that no one might not even know about. Excuse me. You know, and for me, there's a lot of blame in my you know, inner feeling. There's a lot of blame, or a deep sense of responsibility for other people's happiness, and that's one thing that I struggle with. So in other words, I might do a lot of releasing, I might have a lot of crying, or I might have you know, moments when I just don't want to be around anybody, or I'm just doing my own thing or whatever, and I'm constantly thinking about that situation in my life, or the reason why I feel so responsible, or the reason why I feel at blame in my life. And you know, I'm just like anybody else, and it takes me effort, you know, mental effort, to get rid of a problem that I've mentally put there. But once you can do that, you can have relief. And you know, when you're working with the angels, or you know, guides, or whatever it is that you work with, they can help you to, you know, pinpoint that part of yourself where, you know, you're damaging your own being. So when we work with Haniel, she helps us to remember, you know, the seat of our soul, which is the connection to the divine, which is who we really are, which is all loving and, you know, no problems, and life being easy and happiness. That's what we really want, and that's who we really are as well. All the negative traits that we have built up over the years, have sort of been there as part of who we are, or who we think we are on the outside, but on the inside we're crying out for relief, and we're crying out for, you know, a different life and a different direction. And so working with this particular angel, and especially this month, if we can focus on it this month, then we're in good stead for the new year. And, you know, starting off the new year by really working on those things that hold us back and that we hold from other people. Perhaps, you know, never letting people really know how we struggle on the inside. So this is something that Haniel can work with us on. And there's some other things that she does as well. The colour for Haniel, just quietly, is green or pink, because we're thinking about this heart chakra area as well. And in some places I've read that it's an indigo colour, which is like a bluey purple colour. So whatever it is, it doesn't really matter about colours, it doesn't matter about names. What we're doing is we're bringing in that energy, and in this instance we're bringing in the energy of cleansing our soul, or us as a soul, letting go and, you know, releasing those little hidden things that are actually damaging us, you know, and sort of blocking our way for the future. So the other thing that she's working on is the love energy. Of course, there's a lot of twin flame energy around at the moment. People are meeting their life partners, and it's all happening really, really quickly, and, you know, people are coming together. And she can also help with, you know, situations in your marriage or in your relationship, you know, helping there to be a balance and helping there to be healing, that, you know, and understanding between the two. She helps with the children, so maybe you've been trying to have a baby, or you've got, you know, family court issues, or you don't live with your children, or whatever it is. There's going to be some sort of release, or there's going to be some sort of move forward in that direction. If you start, you know, telling your problems to, you know, Haniel, and, you know, saying, look, you know, I need some sort of resolution, because she can help with, you know, resolutions to problems that we've been thinking about too much. Working, so these are sort of the key points as well. Now we're getting towards so resolutions, what I was saying there, cutting the ties as well. This is another key point, cutting the ties to those things that bind us in a negative energy. Because when we have worry and stress and concern and guilt and doubt and shame and all of those things like that, all of those emotions like that, we know that that's a cycle that we don't want to be in anymore. And we, you know, we're looking for a way out of it, but we keep thinking about it, and then we think, how can we get out of it? And then we keep going back to it. And the other side of that is that there are other people that are around us, or that we know of, that constantly remind us either of our faults, or they are constantly bringing up issues and dramas into our life that have nothing to do with us, but it puts a strain there and it puts a stress there. But if you can learn to overcome those things mentally, and if you can catch yourself in those worrisome thoughts, then you can create an energy flow within your body that is not stagnant and it is not disjointed. And this is when real healing starts to flow within our body, when we've got a clear passage for it to do so. So we just need to highlight those things that we need to get rid of. We need to cut ties to people and situations and places even that are holding a negative energy towards us, or making us feel lower in our vibration. You know, when we have joy in our life, when happiness in our life, we raise our vibrations, and, you know, that is the highest level you can be at. And when we're in that level, we're attracting more and more happiness, we're attracting more and more joy in our life, and then life becomes easier. And so oftentimes people say that they want, you know, oh my gosh, I just want this to end. I don't, you know, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of feeling this way. I've got aches and pains in my body. I'm sick of being sick. Nobody helps me. The angels don't help me. And this, and it goes on and on and on. And the big thing about angelic energy, or even working with source energy, or whatever you believe in, the biggest thing is as you take steps to heal within yourself, and you say, right, you know, I do need assistance with how I'm feeling. I'm tired of feeling this way. And you cry out for help. Then the energy of that can come forward. Then the energy of the angels can start working with you and offer solutions and offer opportunities. And, you know, and offer a direction, you know, and open those doors for us. And then we can go, okay, that's what's going on. This is what I need to do. But even in the easiest of lives, you know, we've still got issues that we have to deal with, and we've still got those hidden thoughts that I was talking about, those secret things that only you really know how much something goes over and over and over in your head. You know, only you know that, and those are the real problems. Those are the real things that lead to dis-ease in the body, discomfort in the body, and, you know, a stagnant energy that we don't need. So you need to learn to give those situations over to source or to the angels or whatever you believe in. You should start lifting it out, start talking about it, giving it to the universe, and getting rid of it from you. And don't worry about how things are going to be resolved, but just know that they will be. And your job is that when those issues continue to come up within you, that you keep pushing them off and palming them off to someone that, you know, well, the universe knows what it's doing. Let's give it to someone that knows what they're doing and can heal and resolve those things for us. It's just up to us to take the control back within ourselves. And yet that still means that there's going to be some things that come your way that you can't control. There's things that are going to come your way that you know, are annoying and upsetting, and it doesn't mean you're being cursed, and it doesn't mean everything bad happens to you. It's just life, you know, and things happen in life to help us to grow and to learn. But if we know how to deal with it when it comes up, we can keep on giving it away from us, and that makes us stronger. And that brings us to joy, which attracts more joy, which brings abundance and everything getting easier. And after all, that's what we're basically trying to say, is we want our life to get easier. We don't want to be struggling, you know. So by thinking about struggling, you're continuing to struggle. But by saying to yourself, I have a solution, all I've got to do is sit with myself and totally be honest with myself and let it all, pour my heart out, then you actually get healing and you get a solution happening for you. So as simple as that is, people will still not do it, and people are still going to say, well, you know, that wouldn't work. But what I'm trying to say to you is what you've been doing so far is not working. So perhaps if we try this and we keep you know, sending it off, and every time something negative comes up, we send it off, and, you know, we do the best that we can, then life does have no choice but to get easier, because that is the vibration that we're giving. And we're also going to find that we get confident within ourselves, you know, and have this feeling of, you know, I can do things, and I can get rid of those feelings that I've had for as long as I can remember. So there you go. We need to cut ties from not only other people and situations, but those ties that are binding us to our own feelings. And when we do so, we're asking for angelic assistance to heal where those cords have been, heal that over. And if something comes up to attract you to it again, or connect it to you again, then you can cut it off again and heal it over, and put this protective shield around yourself that will, you know, vibrate at a higher frequency than before, and also block so much from coming towards you. Okay, so we have healing of the soul in this way. This is another key word. Healing of you as a soul, getting to the bottom of who you really are. Before we do that, we need to get rid of all the junk that's in the closet. And this will bring fresh starts for us. All right, real fresh starts, not just a little bit for a little while, but proper fresh starts. And we're going to have losses, and, you know, people have been going through a lot of loss lately and losing people that they really love, and everything is turned upside down. But I promise that there will be also gains. There are blessings in disguise. There are things that are going on here that, you know, is not always going to be simple, but, you know, if we can have that our right frame of mind going on, and you know, have our support there, then we can get through anything. And the twin flame energy. Okay, so a lot of people have been longing for you know, the deepest love that there is, the life partner that there is. And one of the biggest questions that I get in my personal readings is, you know, when will I find the right partner? Is this person the right person for me? How can I change in order to please somebody else? These type of questions. And, you know, the biggest answer to all of those things is, that when you're not looking, you will find the right person. That's number one. Number two is that if you are not happy within yourself completely, and if you have not let go of other past mistakes and, you know, past lovers and all the hurt and all of the things that come up, trust issues and betrayal and all that, if you haven't let go of all that, you're going to attract somebody that also hasn't let go of all of those things. And, you know, that will never be it's something that makes you completely happy, because once you do start to work yourself out, you realize that, you know, this is really hard work. And when you're in the deepest love levels, it shouldn't be hard work. You know, there should be you know, mutual understanding on both sides, a common goal between each other, where you know, you're both heading towards something that is meaningful, and, you know, and possibly on the same wavelength, you know, possibly doing the same sort of work. You know, there's all kinds of like issues with emotions and things where, you know, you feel the same way about certain things, you're both sensitive with each other. There's just so many things that are on the level, but even in the deepest twin flame type of situation, it still takes work, and it doesn't just easily go by. I mean, life comes along and things you know, are hurting, and there's like obstacles in the way, and, you know, suddenly there'll be a big lot of news that comes the way. And, you know, even any wonderful relationship, if you can't talk with each other, you know, then there's not much else. So a twin flame energy exchange is going to be deep, it's going to be lifelong, but it's going to also mean that the two of you, because you're going to be so sensitive to each other, are going to have to work with each other and talk with each other and communicate and, you know, show a lot of love as well. And not just a physical type of thing, but, you know, caring and understanding, and, you know, just hugging and like just simple loving gestures towards each other, so that, you know, because I was saying that you're both so sensitive, you know, if you don't keep the love there, like the kindness and the, you know, the thoughtfulness there as well, then your feelings can get doubly hurt than what they might ordinarily get. But this twin flame energy is starting to happen where people are meeting each other, people are finding each other in order to change things in the world. Because where there's all love everywhere, and there's thoughtfulness, and there's caring, and there's compassion, and all of those things, it changes everything that's happening on the globe. And yes, I do realize that there's still going to be things that happen that we don't want, and, you know, bombing places, and, you know, war and all those kinds of things. Obviously we don't want those things, but if we can't change within ourselves, you know, obviously we need to change within ourselves in order for it to continue to change on the outside. And there are bigger things happening behind the scenes than we're aware of. We do have assistance and support and love and guidance coming, and when we're open to it, it happens. And we just need to get more people in the world open to it, and this creates the vibration of love and harmony everywhere. So this twin flame energy doesn't even need to be with you know, two couples that are like a pair of people together. It can just be loving for, like, twin flame energy for the whole earth, you know, feeling a connection with the whole earth, and empathizing with the entire earth, the entire globe, everybody on it, having a twin flame connection with everybody, having unconditional love for everybody. This is what we need to be at, because this is what the angels do, this is what source is, and that is what is on the other side of everything. When you're on the other side, you are bathed in unconditional love, so much so that you don't even, you just long for that. You know, we're longing for that while we're on earth, not realizing that we're looking for it in all these other people. But what we have on the other side of the veil is what we're longing for. And, you know, what we need to do is try to recreate it here on the earth within ourselves. And that is the biggest thing that changes everything. That's what changes this whole world. So this twin flame energy is really massive. And excitement also for December. and I'll just wait for my camera to catch up. Okay, excitement also for December, and surprises. So just when you think everything was getting going to be worse and worse and worse, you've changed your vibration, you've let go of a whole lot of crap, you've had a big cry, you've had a big release, you've been talking to the universe, you've been telling the universe straight, and you know, surprise happens, you know, big changes just happen, and it will be like you wake up one morning and everything has changed. You know, you get a phone call, you get an email, everything has changed. These are the type of things that are going to happen to us, excuse me, more and more and more. So we do have quite a few things happening for the month of December, and also for the coming year, and I'm going to make a video just highlighting different guidance points about coming year too. Alright, so the gemstones that you can use to connect with the angels and Haniel especially are ruby, agate, cat's eye, garnet, and just clear quartz. And I often tell people that if you don't have a crystal, it doesn't matter. You can create energy into any object whatsoever and dedicate it into the energy of that particular angel or that particular situation, or, you know, love or wealth or abundance, and just dedicate things to that. And it's all the same. It's all about what you perceive, you know, what you intend. That's the biggest thing in our whole life. Our intentions are everything. Some essential oils you can use are rosemary, lemon, lime, bergamot. You might want to use just rose oil, which is fantastic. And ladies, rose oil is fantastic for your skin as well. And actually, which brings me to a point. Someone said to me, what skincare do I use? And I actually use essential oil based skincare from Lorev, and I can actually put a link below to well, I can't sell you a Lorev anymore because I'm not in Australia, but I can put some links below to people who can, and they can send it to you wherever you are in the world as well. And that's what I use, just natural products. There's no soaps or anything like that that I use on my skin. That's just, someone asked, so I just put it out there. Okay, so now I'm going to get onto the elements because I'm already 21 minutes into talking away. I'm going to get into the fire, water, air and earth signs, and then a message from Haniel, which I've channeled out and written for you. And I do put the whole transcript on my website. So if by the time you're watching this it's not up there, just give it a little minute, maybe a day, and I'll have it all written out for you. Yeah, alright, so I'm going to actually use the messages from your angels deck for each element, and I'll talk to you about each card that comes up. Alright, so these are probably one of my first decks of cards that I got. That was an oracle deck. Alright, so the fire signs, Leo, Aries and Sagittarius. You know that Archangel Michael is the overseeing, or one of the overseeing angels of the fire signs. And if you are into the tarot, then you would know that the fire signs also correspond to the wands, the suit of wands, or if you do use playing cards, the clubs are actually fire signs. So there you go. In fact, I used to use playing cards a lot for doing readings because people well, didn't have a decent tarot set, and people used to actually like the information that came from cartomancy or playing cards. So that's just a little bit of fun. Alright, so as I said, the fire signs, here we go. Here's a message for you. I'm just going to close my eyes. Right. Alright, here we go. It was upside down, Miss Jane. Chantel, new romance is imminent, and either with a newcomer or through reignited passion in your existing relationship. Be open to giving and receiving love. And so obviously this particular angel is working with the energy of Haniel as well, because it's bringing in this energy of romance. So for the month of December, you know, it's going to be vital that you are opening the heart area, that you are willing to receive love, that you're not being so hard on yourself, and you know, you are open to the new possibilities, either in a relationship or through a completely new person. And yeah, as hard as it is to sometimes leave a situation that you've had a lot of interest in or a lot of time in and it's familiar to you, sometimes it's really hard to leave that kind of situation because you're afraid of the unknown. Working with Chantel and working with the angel Haniel as well will help you to see where, you know, your happiness is, you know, what really does make you happy, and whether you're being honest with yourself or not in a current situation that is perhaps finished. You know, it's ended its time, and there's just, you're just hanging on and hanging on and hanging on. You know, it's time for new things, it's time for new beginnings, and there's time for deep love. You know, and you know, feeling this love for yourself is the most important thing, because if you don't love yourself, how can we expect other people to love us? You know, no one wants to keep picking someone's chin off the ground all the time and making them feel better every 5 minutes. You know, we want someone that's strong within themselves, but not cocky or egotistical, you know, loving to you but not to anyone else, just loving with you, you know, and loyal and kind and all those things that you are. That's what we want to reflect to us. So for the month of December, for the fire signs, reflect on love and how you really feel about yourself, and whether you're a person that's taking a lot and not giving as much, or whether you're giving too much and not receiving enough. There needs to be a little bit of a balance happening here. So that's for the fire signs. Whoops. Now for the water signs, Archangel Gabriel's working with you guys as overseeing, one of the overseeing angels, and the water signs are Cancer, Pisces or Scorpio. You're a water sign if you're one of those. And here I'm going to, I keep knocking the computer, sorry. I'm just going to shuffle these. Alright. Okay, and for the water signs, all right, Caressa, it says, you are at the end of a cycle in your life. Call upon your angels to comfort you and to guide you to your next step. Happiness awaits you now. So we're at the end of cycle, all right. We're at the end of the month, the beginning of a new month, and you know, we're waiting for this big change to happen. Right now you might be going through a situation of endings, and it's just ending after ending. There's a lot of hurt, there's a lot of frustration, there's a lot of mind, you know, chatter going on, you know, constant thoughts, crying at night, having these big releases, and feeling to yourself like you just can't wait for the next chapter of your life to begin, and you hope that it's going to be good, and you hope it's not going to be like this, blah blah blah. You know, we've all been there, but what you're being asked here is to watch whether you're being over emotional to situations, or taking things far too personally, because you are a water sign and you do tend to be an emotional type of a person, and you know, you do feel like you can't really take criticism too well because you take it so personally. So see where there is an imbalance in, you know, whether it is warranting such a reaction from you or not. Also know that whatever has happened for a reason, and now is the time to build your strength within yourself and look forward to things instead of dreading things, and see where part of you has been dreading a lot of different things lately. And then try your best to say, you know what, I am not going to think about that anymore. I'm really tired of trying to find out what's going to happen, or find out the motives of other people, or wonder why people do the things that they do. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to let them have their own karma, and I'm going to do my own thing and work on my own soul, and I'm going to expect, you know, wonderful things to happen to me, and I'm really going to do this. And if you actually try that, it becomes, you know, if you do it even for a day or a week, it becomes a massive habit for you, and you never go back to the old way of thinking and being, because that would just slow everything down, and you'll start seeing wonderful things happen. So for the water signs, an ending is happening. You're at the end of a cycle, you're at the start of a new one. Try to keep the balance, and you know, see what your emotions aren't going over the top. You know, just try to keep a balance there within yourself, and don't take everything so personally. Right. And then we've got the air signs, which is Archangel Raphael is overseeing the air signs, and the air signs are Libra, Aquarius and Gemini. I get that one mixed up sometimes. You hear Aquarius and you automatically think aqua, it must be water. But it's not. It's an air sign, which means in the tarot cards, if you're looking at the tarot cards, the air signs are the swords. If you're looking at playing cards, the air signs are the spades. So there you go. And sorry, the water signs are cups in tarot cards and hearts in playing cards. All right, so let's see what the air signs get. All right. Okay. And here we go, air signs. I hope you can see these cards. It's a bit difficult. Ariel. Here we go. So, oh no, I just dropped it. Alright. Okay, so Ariel is saying that new psychic and spiritual experiences are changing the way you view the world and yourself. Allow your spiritual gifts to open through study, prayer, and meditation. So Ariel is saying that, you know, you're at this point in time where you're ready to jump to the next level with your abilities. And, you know, you've been doing your prayers, and you've been doing your affirmations, and you've been doing meditations and all of those things. And now you're going to start to see the results of all of that work. Because as I've learned working with spirit is, you know, we only get what we can handle at any one time. And I know that in the beginning, everyone's like, I want to see an angel standing right in front of me. I want to see my loved one. I want to walk down the street with my loved one in spirit and have this massive conversation like I'm, you know, on one of them programs like The Medium or something. You know, I want all of that to happen, yet I'm absolutely terrified of all of that happening. So, you know, it's not going to work for you because you're just blocking the whole thing out of fear. But now you're at a point where you've let go of all of those fears and you're ready, and your understanding of protecting yourself and your understanding of, you know, the spiritual realms, and, you know, that you just need to be open to things, and you just need to notice the little things, and then you start getting more and more and more signs on your journey, and it makes everything so much easier for you. So the angels are working with you to heighten your awareness now, to bring you to the right type of meditation that really opens the doors for you, you know, to work on this heart chakra area, and that is the seat of the soul, and that's where your loved ones are going to visit you. And if we can start working with that area, and, you know, imagining ourselves going into this beautiful hall in our heart area, imagine this darkness around us, and then this beautiful light begin to shine. We have tapped into the other side because it's right there. It, you know, it just does not disconnect from us. We disconnect from it by looking in everywhere else for the hand of God in our life, instead of realizing that the doorway is right there. You know, it doesn't leave us, no matter what any religious person thinks. We're all entitled to the love of the divine, and we've all got it. You know, we are all connected. So you're going to start having more and more experiences, and, you know, don't be afraid of it anymore. There's only love there. If you're working with unconditional love and light, and you're careful and you're protecting yourself, there is nothing to ever fear. As they say, only fear itself, and, you know, that is an illusion. So there you go. The air signs, it's time for you to really start your psychic journey, and, you know, and claim it, and just say to yourself, you know what, I have all the abilities in the world, and I can do this in my own way without feeling fearful at all, because I am protected, and big doors will start to open for you. And the earth signs, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. The earth is known as the pentacles in the tarot, and also the diamonds in playing cards. There we go. And what's your message, earth signs? Right. Acacia. Okay, earth signs. Right, so Acacia is saying that you are a spiritual teacher, and you have the ability to counsel others and help them awaken their spiritual gifts and divine mission. And there are many people that are starting their own Facebook pages and doing readings on Facebook. And I will tell you a little secret about that. One of the things is that you may think to yourself, oh, well, you know, I really want to do a page, or I really want to set up a website, or I really want to do readings for people, blah, 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 whatever it is that you want to do. But you're just afraid that, number one, it's not going to work. Number two, that no one will come. Or number three, people will think that you're stupid. And let me tell you, the biggest secret that gave me so much freedom in my spiritual life and with my website and all the things is that whatever message that you're giving out there to people, you're giving out the message that is on the right wavelength for those that are looking at you. So if they're looking, or they've come to your website, or they've come to your page, or they've come to your video, they're on your wavelength. So anything that you say is going to resonate with them anyway. And after all, if you want to teach people how to trust, you also do have to learn how to trust yourself. And, you know, say to yourself, you know what, it's going to be the right thing. If I do a reading for someone, it's going to be the right thing. Because otherwise, you know, you're putting your ego into everything, which means it won't be the right type of reading anyway. We want everything to come in flowing. And, you know, you are qualified to do this. You are qualified to give advice. You are qualified to put yourself into someone else's position and empathize with them on their journey. And, you know, if they're coming to you, then they're coming to you because they're on your same, you know, wavelength. And, you know, you'll help them, and away they go. And then they might come back later on. But the idea is service. You know, the idea is helping people. And, you know, that is the biggest reward of all, and also gives you confidence. And I'm not saying that, you know, as soon as you begin, there's going to be 50 million people onto you and watching you, because that would overwhelm you and you would freak out, let's put it that way, at all the emails and all the work that you would have to do. So it's gradually going to work with you, and you're gradually going to step by step get into a rhythm of things and how you do things. And you can't care less what anyone else really thinks, you know, because you're not doing it for people to say, wow, you're wonderful. You know, I guess there are some people that do that, but we're not in it for people to say that we're wonderful. We're in it for the gift of service, and, you know, giving our thoughts to people and trying to help them to, you know, change things in their own life, create a miracle for themselves, you know, and allow them to have the strength and confidence to do that. And if you know that that's what you're doing and that's what your intention is, you will be successful. So if you do have something that you want to get started with, it might not be a spiritual page, it might just be something that makes you happy, then you are being called right now to start doing it, and just start little steps along the way. You know, just keep putting things out there, and don't doubt, even if, you know, you're not getting much interest in the beginning. You know, let people have a chance to find you, you know, and just keep going, just keep being yourself. And, you know, you have all the tools that you need to do it, and you must stop doubting yourself and your abilities, because that is the biggest blockage to actual success than anything else, is the doubts. And, you know, the fears of failing. So let it all go and just work with the service of things. So those are the messages for each of the elements for the month. And now I'm just going to read to you the message from Haniel, the angel, what she has to say to us. All right, so I'll see if I can do this properly. All right, dear ones, I come with unconditional love for you and the power of many thousands of angels. I bring to your lives the healing of the soul, the heart area, which allows a gentle and easier path ahead. You're all beloved, and we angels understand you and your difficulties. As you open up more to receive and allow, great healing can occur. It's time to release ties from the past that no longer serve you and allow a new cycle to begin. Although it can be hard for you to let go of behaviors, feelings, and situations that have been around a long time, you need to know it is truly possible. You can have an easier and abundant life, but stress, worry, guilt, doubt, and anger don't live in an abundant, happy life. If you become happy and choose to release those negative emotions, there is no choice but to attract an easier and more abundant life. If you ask for assistance in prompting you to release your worries to us, we will do that. All the spiritual realms are behind you and will help guide and protect you in accordance with your higher plan. Be open to all you can be, and be prepared for wonderful things to come. The angels are with you every step of the way. Blessed be, I am Haniel. So there you go, there's that line there. If you become happy and choose to release those negative emotions, there is no choice but to attract easier and a more abundant life. So again, it's not all about everything being rosy for everyone, and you're not guided by spirit unless everything is perfect. It's not about that at all. It's just about learning how to switch those things that happen to you into something positive, how to release those negative, energies that come up without having to sit for 20 hours a day and meditating about it. It's all about the intention of, you know what, I'm tired of dealing with that. It's gone, and let it go. Don't one of my favorite hymns, and I was born, I was raised religiously, but one of my favorite hymns is take your troubles to the Lord and leave them there. And it just makes me laugh every time, because it's like, we go, okay, you guys, you can have it, here you go, God, have all this stuff to deal with. And we're like, what's going to happen? Oh my God, how is that going to take place? Oh my God, what if it doesn't happen? And we start freaking out, and it's like we've just taken all that stuff back and, carrying it around again on our shoulders. So, if you're taking your troubles to the Lord, leave them there. If you're taking them to the angels, leave them there. Just let it be gone. Imagine yourself standing, in this beautiful golden light, and that you're just got this big crystal ball in front of you, and it's got an opening in the top, and inside you're going, okay, I'm going to put that person and that person and that person and this situation, that job, and this love life thing, and this problem I've got with my knee, and this backache, and all of these things, and I'm just going to shove them all into this thing, and just imagining it all going in there. And then see some hands come out in front of you, these beautiful angels standing in front of you. Just imagine it however you imagine an angel, and say, here you go, please take this away from me, and watch it go. Or you can place it in a bubble and watch the bubble leave you. But whatever you do, don't start panicking as soon as you've done it. And if you do start to panic, say to yourself, no, I've already dealt with that. That's already been dealt with. I'm not going to think about it anymore. I'm cancelling all those thoughts I've had. I'm letting it all go. It's gone. And you have to retrain yourself, and it is difficult. It's not always easy to stay, in the divine energy. It's not always easy to do that. It's not. But if we can just say that is our intention to do that, then that's all that's required of us. Is to see things when they come and learn how to let them go to the right people and let them go into the right hands, so we're not stressing on it, which causes all the stuff going on in the body. So anyway, I hope that you all have a wonderful December and a very happy or Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever it is that you celebrate. And I hope that everything starts to fall into place for you. And I'm sending out lots of healing energy right now with this. This has already been set up before I started talking. I was meant to say it in the beginning, but I've set up an attunement and a healing for everyone, and I've just trusted that process, that whoever would like that they actually are ready for a reboot, that they just say, I just accept it to go where it's needed for my highest good, and it will start to come and flow through you and actually help you with your abilities and working with positive energy. And letting go of problems and releasing it all to the universe and enjoying your life. So I hope that this was enjoyable to you, and don't forget, you can still get readings and things from me. Next year the readings and things that I'm doing are a little bit different, but you'll still be able to get assistance, and I do things to suit your budget as well. If you can't afford something, talk to me about it, or we'll make some kind of arrangement. I don't mind doing donation stuff, whatever, to help. But before I go, there's one thing I want to show you. I've been working on this big massive mandala because I've been doing so many mandalas. We had the winners for YouTube, we had the winners for Facebook, and I've just been pumping out mandalas, and I haven't been able to get them in the post until just now because of the floody conditions I've had, and we're on the motorbike and it's crazy times. But anyway, I've been making this. Now I hope you can see it. Okay, so this is ancient angelic writing. So this one in the center is for new beginnings. This one here, I'll go across to it. It's hard to see it opposite. That one there is for awakening, and this one here at the bottom is for healing. And then we've got a symbol there for, actually it's upside down. There you go. Ta-da! Alright, a symbol for abundance, a symbol for healing, awakening, no, sorry, fresh start. Oh, look, I've really made a mess of this thing. Okay, let me just look at it for a second. Okay, the one in the middle is for a new beginning, so fresh starts. Okay, the one at the very top is for abundance, and then the one underneath that is for what's it? Yeah, new beginnings and unity, and then we've got awakening, and then we've got healing. Oh my god. All right, trying to get that out, but that's not finished yet. I'm going to do all kinds of decorations on there. But yeah, so when you receive a mandala from me, it's on an A4 paper, and what I generally like to do is one black one, one white one, I guess, to bring in the balance. So even though it says you get one mandala, you actually get two. So there's a different bonus there for you, and also you'll get a little short note. I'll handwrite a note for you, and it just tells you about the different things that come up on your mandala. So please don't forget me. There are, different things on my website and different freebies for you as well. Please download the free Distant Healing book and the free readings and attunements book, so you can understand those things a little bit more. There we go. So don't forget, there's sales going on for December. I've got new things coming out for January, and I'm going to do a video about the new year coming up very, very soon. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to hearing from you and seeing you on Facebook or Twitter or whatever it is that you're on. And you can find me at all social media at Divine Miracles. So until the next video, I hope this finds you happy and well, and it is goodbye for now. Bye everyone.